Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God, I thought I wasn't going to go on for a second there. The camera stalled at the end of that little bit of a playing part. How are we all? Now I can see you all better. How are we? We good? Camera's good? Audio's good? Okay, we're good. Hello, Jeff. Jeff, thanks for the thumbs up, mate. You have a good Christmas too. Tiger 1964 is there. Hello, buddy. How are you? Fairly quiet around the planet today on the live stream. Chat not working for you? Really? Okay. I don't know why that is. It seems all fine for me. I'm just going to go and check on my laptop over here where I'm showing my live stream, and yeah, it seems okay for me. So all good. So let me just check. Got a couple coming in now. All right. So as you can see, I've got into the Christmas spirit. There you go. My effort. 3 tinsel decorations. That's it for me. I'm not a big thing on Christmas here, so that's all I'm going to do. Yeah, it must be you only. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, John, how are you, buddies? You were in earlier this morning. I saw you chat there an hour almost before I went live. I made a mistake yesterday. I actually went live almost yesterday. I'm sitting on my computer doing some stuff, and then suddenly I seen the thing come up with a reminder, and I thought, what? Oh no, I set the wrong date. So I had to go and quickly get in there and changed it to this morning instead of yesterday. I did it with minutes to spare. Did I get a haircut? No, I didn't get a haircut. Yeah, I did. Look at that. Yesterday, okay? $5, less than $5, about $4.50 Australian, right? That's about $3 US. UK, I'm not sure. Couple of pound. That's it. Yeah, nice and short, eh? Just want to save money on shampoo and conditioner, and it's all cool. It's all good. And then it's that Santa look. Yeah. I didn't shave the beard though. I've still got this happening. The goatee. This is the Santa goatee. Very good. Who else we got? Oh, we got Jets, of course. Jets in there, and we've got Dominic's in there. Hello, Dominic. Welcome, mate. Let's have a look. Yeah. So I'm really totally unprepared. I'm just a little bit out of it this morning. It's quite cold over here by Thailand standards. It's only about 18 degrees outside at the moment, which is, I think over the year I've been here almost 10 months, I've acclimatized, and I've gotten used to the heat. And suddenly, now that it's winter and it's as cold as it's going to get, I don't think it'll get much colder than this, but I'm really feeling it. I mean, back in Australia, 19 degrees would be nothing. 9 degrees would be cold. So yeah, it's a nice temperature, and it warms up during the day. It still gets up to 28, 29 degrees, almost 30 during the day. So that's good. But yeah, it's colder. It's going to get colder actually in the next few hours. So it actually drops down just as the sun's coming up. Around 7 a.m. is the coldest part of the day, just as the sun's about to come up, and it probably get down to about 16 degrees. And you know that's a bit chilly. Yeah. Skullfish, hello Skullfish, how are you? You're good. I recently bought an electric clipper on Amazon. Yeah, well, back in what was it, the pandemic days, when you couldn't go get a haircut because they weren't allowed to operate because of the distancing bullshit. I bought a clipper as well, one of those circular ones. You just go over your head and but it was crap because it left patchy spots. It was really shit, you know. For about 5 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks there, maybe it was longer, I don't remember. It was all a blur. People had the worst hair you could imagine because you either cut your own or you didn't cut it. You know, it was ridiculous. So yeah, so anyway, 18, yeah, I bet you're a bit cooler than that. A lot of places in the world are a bit cooler than what I'm enduring. But I do have a couple of long sleeve tops I can wear when I ride the motorbike, which are okay. But don't leave too early. It doesn't take long. Once that sun comes up, and it's usually misty as well, although looking out there now, it does look quite clear. I can see lights right into the distance. But right now, once the mist lifts, the fog, because it's foggy as well in the mornings, and the sun breaks through, and then it gets nice and warm again. Your wife had a haircut. Holy crap, it was bad. Lol. Shh, she's not listening, is she? never criticize the missus's haircut. Eh? Gosh, 5 degrees, is it? Yes. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's no good for me. That's all right. And Vancouver, it's 8. Yes, that's right. The best place to be in winter in Canada, of course. Ski season, isn't it? Your proper electric ones. Yeah, I've got one for the shaving. I've got a proper, like a barber, you know, haircutters, hairstylists, hairdressers, clippers. And I've had them for years. Good quality ones. I can't remember the brand, but they last for years, and they're just for this. I just get, you know, once or twice a week, number one, and do that. In fact, this is due for a bit of a cleanup. But yeah, not bad for $100, you know. And I told him the equivalent in Australia for what he just did to my head would cost 500 baht, 5 times the price, and that's cheap. That's cheap. I know because I remember getting a haircut just before I left to come over here, and then I realized, what the hell did I do that for? That was a waste of money. I should have just left it and waited till I got here. You know, -1 where John is. Yeah. Wow. That's a bit chilly. Yeah. As is Scalemodeling. How are you? As is Scalemodeling channel. Fantastic. We got a few in now. Yeah, we've got the usual bunch. It's getting close to Christmas. I'm really, what can I say? When's Christmas Day? Is it the 24th or 25th Christmas Day? When I get older, my Alzheimer's is going to be absolutely terrible. You guys are going to be running the show for me because I just won't remember anything. It's not Christmas Eve here on the 23rd, is it? Isn't it? All right, because we're ahead of you guys in the States and the UK for that matter. Look, our beach is all to it. Where are we? Let's open this up for a second. What's the date for Christmas Eve? 24. All right, so tomorrow's Christmas Eve. There we go. What did I give myself for Christmas? Nothing yet. Okay, I'm giving myself a late Christmas present because I'm waiting for the sales to come up, and I'm having a choice of 2 things. Maybe you guys can, I know what you guys would say, but anyway, I'm thinking of buying a ship model that I saw in the new hobby store I discovered in the shopping center. I'm thinking of spending about 2,500 Thai baht on one of those 1/350 scale models. I don't know which one. Might even lean towards the Yamato. Can you believe it? That would be the 3rd Yamato I've built. I did the one 700, one 200. This will be one 350. We'll see. Or I'll spend the same amount of money and buy myself a gimbal for my phone for my live streaming. The DJI Osmo gimbal, whatever it is. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. It'll be one of those two things. So there you go, Dominic. What should I get? You know. So and also I've also got to consider I'm building a ship. If I build a ship 1/350 scale, and it's going to be done on the channel, of course, it's got to be something interesting, because really, you know, I want people to watch it. I want to watch people to watch my effort of building a ship. So do I really want to buy a Prince of Wales, another Yamato, one of the regular ships that there are hundreds of videos out there on the builds, you know? Or do I want to try and get something different? And I like going a little bit different, that's a bit more interesting, that might attract more people. But I don't know if there's anything new out now. And then getting stuff new is a little bit more difficult, because then you've got to order online. And I'm a bit restricted on that. So I don't know. A lot of the building is for myself as well. You know, I build what I like to build. And people want to watch, they can watch. And they watch it because I do it in my style and the way I do. And that's interesting. But to have something new, if Tamiya were bringing out, these were all Tamiya kits, 350 models. If Tamiya were bringing out a new 350 scale ship, sure. And I would do my best to try and grab that if I could. Especially if I could get this shop to order it in for me and sell it for the ridiculously cheap price they are selling them for. That would be good. So we'll see. The problem also is that the gimbal I want to buy and the model ship are in two separate shopping centers. One's completely opposite end of this town to the other. I could just, what the hell, go buy both. I don't know. Maybe YouTube will be nice to me this month, and I should check my bank account, because my AdSense monetization payments for YouTube for the month is probably in my bank account right now. So rather than that go towards my monthly rent, maybe I should spend it all on myself and buy both. What do you think? We will see. John Alex finally got the voice back, James. 8 weeks, really? John Alex losing his voice? My God, disaster. I didn't know that had happened. Hey, wow, that famous voice. Gosh, well, that's good to hear. Don't tell him the price. It will go up next time. Yeah, probably. Yes, John Alex Scalemodeling is great. You're right. Yes, and yeah, for sure. Top channel, which I really haven't been watching, mate. I really haven't been watching too many model channels lately. I'm really slacking off. When I'm here, I'm busy doing other things. Like if it's working on my model, I'm recording and videoing, so I can't be watching another channel at the same time, even in the background, because of the audio. I like to listen to a lot of music on my speakers as well on my PC, but even then, every time I've got to record and speak in the model thing, I've got to reach over, pause that and all this, and it's just a lot of mucking around. Yeah, look, the link is up there too, by the way. I've pinned it up into the chat there. The link is there, so if you want to, you can click on that and you've got a camera, you can easily come and join the live stream here. I'm open to all today. Let's see, what do we got? Get a massage for Christmas. yeah, I could. I'm not so keen on the massages. They're a bit painful for me. I'm only a skinny guy, you know. When they start getting down into the, the cartilage and the bones and stuff. But it's not so enjoyable. Yeah. And the Thai massages can be pretty painful. They're not gentle. They're not real gentle. Charlie's there. Hello, Charlie. G'day to you. And another Peter there. G'day. Welcome. A few coming in now. That's great. Good stuff. At least the notifications are going out. That's good. Peter, have James yet come on, join your stream? Yeah, you can. Anybody can. The link's up there. You can jump in. Hey, look, I've got to show you guys something really cool. On my motorbike I ride, I keep my phone up there and I mount it on a little thing that so I can see my Google Maps and I don't get lost where I'm going. Mine broke. I stripped the head of the Allen key on it, and it won't tighten up enough anymore, and it keeps falling down, and it's just a pain in the ass. So I got a new one. So check out this little fella. Look at that. So your mobile phone just sits in here, and it has his own little helmet with goggles and a headset. Hey, pretty cool, eh? And it just keeps the excess rain off if it's raining, and mostly keeping the sun off it as well. So you don't get glare. You don't get glare on the screen. Isn't that cool? And what this does is you just phone sits in there, holds it in there nice and tight. See, and then this part here just goes where your rear view mirror is. So you unscrew your rear view mirror, and then screw it back on with that there, and you just sit it on. Done. Problem is, I can't use it because it turns out that this part here is too thick. If you can see that, that's too thick. And when it's on there, there's not enough thread that's healthy and that's good enough to screw the mirror back in tight. And it won't lock on tight enough, and it's a shame. So yeah, it's a shame. So I haven't given up on it, and it's also a shame that it'll only fit on the right hand side mirror. You can't reverse this around so it could go left or right, because if I could swap it over to the other side, I think that mirror's got a bit more thread on the screw in, and it would probably work. So what I had to do was use the old one again, and I did what I could with the hex screw, and I've managed to get that on, and it'll have to do. It's at least it works. And there's nothing worse than riding around and then having to pull over and check your Google Maps to find out where the hell you take your next left or right turn, and especially in this place. So, and Dominic saying, yes, thank you on 6,000 subs. Yes, I was a bit concerned there when Hibbo threatened to unsubscribe and drop me back to 5,999 again, the prick. So yeah, that's typical, but no, we've surpassed it now. We're all good. So I'm pretty happy about that. 6,000, and I did it just before Christmas too. So that double bonus. There we go. Hey, Sprue and Glue. Welcome, buddy. How are you, mate? All good? When are you coming over here, mate? When are you coming? When are you going to get yourself over here and enjoy some of the magnificent Thai cuisine that you just love me talking about? Hey? Hey? Fantastic. Oh, just get off this here. I've just accidentally, be careful where I click. Oh my gosh. What's it doing that for? It's okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah. So, John Pole's there. Hello. G'day there, buddy. Dragnut. The Dragnut. How are you, mate? Good. Peter, are you not reading some of the chats correctly? You might want to go for an eye checkup. Mate, well, I'm reading the chats fine. I may be a bit behind, but I can see them. I just wasn't sure what some people were talking about back there. It was, where is the HE2? Is Jim? He's why I come here. Where is Jim? That's a good question. I'm sure he'll be here. He's just probably running late. Yeah, where is Jim? We can't have a show without Jim. James is here though. Next best thing, James. James from To Boldly Go Model Works is in the house. Excellent. That's good. Yes, Merry Christmas to you. To you too, for sure. Get a Ubolt. Peter, get a Ubolt. Yeah. Look, a Ubolt. Trying to think how that's going to work. What I really need, and I've seen this on some other bikes, is there's a bar you can get that connects across between the two rear view mirrors across your handlebars, and you can mount whatever you want on that. You can put your phone mount on there, your camera mount, everything on that bar. That is what I would really like. But I'm on a rental bike, so I don't know if I can do that. And, you know, the original holder I've got on it now came with the bike when I rented it. That's the original one that's back on it now. But I'll speak to the guy and maybe I can do that, because I'm hanging on to this bike for the next 6 or so months or whatever. I'm going to keep using it. So we'll see. Otherwise, but I think it's due for a bit of a service soon. I did about 500 kilometers in 5 days when I went for a bit of a ride, a long ride. And I think the brakes need a bit of a look at, but we'll see about that. Hobby Time's there. Hey, there he is. There's Hobby Time. How are you, buddy? Let's get that back up. Why did that hide? My mouse is really touchy this morning. Show. There it is. G'day there, mate. And there's Atal. I'm here as well, Pete, hovering in the background as Celia and I try to work out what we want to do in 25 after her divorce is finalized. Ah, okay. Very good. 2025. Yeah. Well, as long as the world does not have a pandemic, right? We'll all live. We'll just be broke. We'll just have less money, but we won't be dying of a pandemic disease. So let's fingers crossed. Christmas wishes. No pandemic for 2025, because I strongly believe that if that came back, like a full round of it, of a new strain, we're screwed. Where you think millions and millions did die and still are from long-term effects, it's going to be worse. But anyway, let's not get negative. Ron's there. Hello, Ron from Winnipeg, saying Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas to you too. I bet it looks like Christmas outside your window this afternoon. A white Christmas. Yeah. Fantastic. We have a festival here. It's called the Christmas Kite Festival, as in flying your kite festival. And there's something on at 5 p.m., 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. that has to do with snow. I'm not sure. My plan was to go out to this thing on the weekend and video it, but just to go to the Christmas kite show. I mean, you know, when you're a kid and you always, Christmas comes and you run to your cupboard and pull out your kite and go fly it, don't you? No, but obviously it's a thing here in Thailand. So, but when my mobile phone holder fell off and broke on my motorbike, I was so frustrated. I was put in the wrong mood, and I didn't want to find my way there, having to stop and check my directions all the time because it was quite a complicated place to get to, half an hour north of Chiang Mai here. So I didn't end up going, which is a shame. Next year. But yeah, they were going to somehow have snow. I don't know how that was going to work. Yeah, I don't know. It's like 30 degrees Celsius and snow. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys my progress. If you probably watched the last video, I don't think I've made any more progress than where my last video on the Reuben James ended. But I do want to show this because I'm pretty proud of this. This is the tower that I've finished. There it is there. See if my camera's going to focus for me. But there we go. So we've got all our railing on there, got all the aerials on there. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, that does. There we go. See? Not bad, eh? This, I do finish this in the last video, and I haven't done any more work since. But I got to tell you, and I show you guys in the video, there's a piece. Oh, there. There's a piece that goes through the center, that lower platform. You actually push it through the scaffold or the grids, and it doesn't fit. There's a mistake in the instructions there. It doesn't fit. That piece that sticks up on the end there, which is not showing clearly, of course, that little piece there prevents it going through. And that piece is part of it. It's not like I put that on and I had the option of putting it on after. It was part of that plastic piece. And it won't go through. You actually have to cut the grid off on both sides for it to fit through. And then it's up to you if you want to glue those tiny pieces back on or not. But you can see how small that is, and you wouldn't know if I cut them off or not, so I didn't put them back. But and it looks fine. It's fine. So yeah, that's looking good. I'm just noticing now there's a bit of it's very tricky. See, trying to get these aerials square. Looking at it that way, it's fine. Looking at it that way, there's a slight tilt. See? And the problem I find with all my modeling when it comes to doing things like getting a bit straight like this, and maybe you guys have a solution, is, I'll put that down before I drop it, is when you're wearing these magnifying glasses, the lenses distort what you're looking at, and they make things look, they stretch the view. It's like a fisheye lens sort of thing, or looking through a GoPro camera. And when you think it's nice and straight, then you go away and you take these off and you look at it again, you realize that it's like 45 degrees angle. It's nowhere near straight. And that happens quite often wearing these magnifying glasses, but you wear them because you can't see without them. So what else can you do? I probably use sometimes I've used my cutting mat that has the grid system on it, and you could just line it up with the grid lines and get it straight that way. But I don't have one of those cutting mats over here, and I don't have that grid system. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that option to do that. What else we got? Hi, Atal. I don't have any more accidents with CA. Yes, you've been spilling the CA. God, a couple of days ago, I was working on the model, and what I do is I use these little post-it bits of paper. You see all the little glue spots? So I get my CA glue, right? And I just put a dot on there, and then I'll work from that, either dipping the part in there or using my glue applicator. Yeah, my glue applicator. But the other day I didn't realize, but I was resting my arm on it like this. Yeah, and I glued it to my arm, and I had to cut the hairs off my arm because yeah, you can imagine ripping that off was not going to happen. I wasn't ready for a waxing. gosh. How else we going? Everyone's saying hello there. Good. Seriously, Thailand is the leader in healthcare in the Southeast of Asia, in Southeast Asia. Yeah, I guess it probably would be. It is very high quality, inexpensive place. And I know for a fact that Americans will fly out here just to get their medicals done. They'll get their full checkups, they'll get everything, complete blood work, the whole lot, all done, and it would cost you cheaper. You could do your week or 2 weeks holiday here and get all that done, and then get some dental work and anything else, get your eyes tested, the whole lot, and fly back to the US cheaper than it would cost you in the US to do that, including your holiday paid. So amazing. I wish I could stay for the whole show, but I need to do some last minute Christmas shopping before the crowd gets in. Yes, good on you, mate. Thanks for coming in. Wish everyone Merry Christmas. Live stream of 2025. Yes, that's right. There'll be no interruptions. Everything will be as per normal. I haven't even checked. Let's have a look. So the next one will be on the 30th, which is 2 days before New Year's Eve. So there we go. We're just 2 days before Christmas Day and 2 days before New Year's Eve. It'll just be business as usual. Why not? Christmas is a big thing over here. It's quite popular. And I think New Year's Eve is going to be, there's a few fireworks are going to be happening around. So we'll be able to check that out too. Thanks, James, for recalling my accident with CA glue. It was your accident. Okay. Now he's going to go through the PSD all over again. I saved all soft drink caps to use as paint cups and turned over for glue. Yeah, I've heard of using plastic as well. And maybe I should try that, because I've heard that they don't dry out as quick. Is that right? It doesn't dry out as quick. It goes with the old rule, right, of CA glue doesn't work when you put it on top of CA glue, okay? It doesn't dry properly, which is what I mean by when you use plastic. If you put CA glue on there, it's going to sit there and you can add to it, and it's probably going to stay durable for a long time. But if you try and put CA glue on plastic and put some railing down, like on a ship, and then you go, oh, no, I didn't do enough, that CA glue is already dried. You come along and put some more spots of CA glue, or dip the railing through some CA glue again and try and put it on top of that, you're no longer gluing it to plastic. You're now gluing it to glue, and you're going to have all sorts of problems. It's just not going to stick like it should. Tip number 2. Pringles lid. Yes, Pringles lid. That's right. Yeah, I don't eat them, but there are Pringles over here, so that's an option. What else we got? Let me close that. Close that. There we go. I can see better now. There's probably something, because, you know, the one thing about these Asian countries, they're not real good in recycling, and there's so much plastic, it's crazy. Hello, Wayne. Wayne's in there. G'day there. And Crafting Budgie Mama, how are you? Welcome. Long time no see. Oh, careful. There you go. I almost deleted your comment there. Be careful where I'm clicking. Maybe I do need to get my glasses checked. Not my eyes, it's the glasses. They're just the magnifying ones. Saying hello to Ron. Good. Hello, saying hello. Ice Crusher Joe. Look at that. I'm sure there's good meaning behind that. Is that one of the figures? Oh, Ice Crusher Zoe. See, I can't read properly. And there we go. Oh, good. Fantastic. So, yeah, that's where that's at. What have I got to do next on that? Let's have a look. Oh, it's the radar, right? So I need to do this, which is a simple 3 pieces. Just glue three pieces together. But of course, I'm not going to do that because I've got photo etch. And we love our photo etch, which means instead of 3 pieces, I've got to glue all of that. So we've got, it looks like about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 pieces or so. But it's really fine stuff. It's really thin metal. That one there that you bend in half, this piece here, that's my concern. So what I'm thinking of doing is, I'm fine. There it is there. You'll be able to see this. See? These are the parts to the radar. You can see how fine that stuff is. That tiny. When I bend it, I'm going to glue it as well, just to make sure. I'll put some CA glue on there as well. I have the normal Icky Sticky Medium CA, which I'll use, but for a lot of the railings and stuff like that, I've been using the Clear Flexi. Fantastic stuff that is. Other than that, once that radar is done, there's another piece of it there. You know, there you can see better there. And I'm hoping that that doesn't have to be bent too many times. I think that's just got to be curved out. We can create a curve on that one, which is easy to do, like I show in the video, and I'll show in the future video. Is I use where is it? It's not within reach. A piece of foam that's like from box packaging. And then what I use is something round like a pen, and just roll it across with a bit of pressure, and that will slowly put a curve in until you got the angle you want. It's no problem. I've had a few people commenting that they've never used photo etch before and they're a bit afraid to. And you don't have to. Well, no, you don't have to use photo etch, but you know, most ships look better when they have railings, and most kits don't include plastic railings. And if they did, the plastic railings would certainly not look anywhere near as good as the photo etch does. And it's not hard. It's not hard once you learn the basics. You know, in fact, I did a YouTube video on photo etch, tips on using photo etch. It's today. I made that video like 3 years ago, and still today, it's one of my most watched videos. Every day, there's at least a few people. Every week, there's at least a dozen or 2 people watching that video. Maybe I think I need to do an update, like a part 2 to that, because yeah, my techniques changed a little bit, and I've learned a few things since doing that video. So yeah, I think I could do that and maybe do an update. Mickey messes with me quite a bit. Okay, yeah. Saying hello, good. Everyone's saying hello. Good on you. So yeah, so I'm really wondering where our friend is. Well, Jeff is not in today. He's left a note saying he's busy with other stuff, but he left a thumbs up, so that's good. And it's all good. We got 18 watching, certainly more than have commented. If you haven't commented before, and if you have the ability to, say hello in chat. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to have another sip of my coffee before it gets too cold. Very good. Now, I had a bit of a drama here, a little bit off subject, but I want to make it a little bit aware for people that it's not something I've ever had to deal with in my life, but a lot of people suffer from things like depression and all these other issues, right? Now, I'm of the mindset where, how can I say, I look at tomorrow and I see the good things in tomorrow, and I see the bright and the positive side of things in the future, right? I very, very rarely think of anything beyond a week ago, let alone months ago or years ago. Okay. Past is the past in my head. All right. And I don't dwell on it. And I had a good childhood, right? Okay. I was a bit neglected. I didn't have model kits. But instead of that, I had skateboards, roller skates, BMX bikes, scooters, and all that stuff. Okay. Point is, don't dwell on the past and always think of the positive in the future, and look for things different every day. I have a bit of a background in photography. I did a diploma in photography back in the day, and I'm used to seeing detail and looking things out of the box, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that we had a very unfortunate, sad event here happen at the condo building where I live here, and a resident here decided to end his life by jumping from his top floor apartment, which is 19 stories high. And unfortunately, well, it's as terrible as it sounds, he's directly above me, and where he landed was directly down below my window. Now I'm 11 floors up, so yeah, quite sad. He was an Australian fellow. He wasn't a young guy. He was apparently, I think I've heard he was about 92 years old. Now, I don't know the circumstances of why he decided that this was the thing, whether it was health issues, physical or mental, I don't know. But this happens a lot here in Thailand, particularly down in the bars, Pattaya area. Things like that, high-rise buildings. This incident never made the news. It never got into the media at all, and it just shows that quite often these are in the news. These things do happen in the news quite a lot over here. You hear about it, but it made me realize you don't hear half of it. You don't hear half of what's going on, and these events happen very regularly. So yeah, I think, and I had actually met this person just in passing on the lift, going up and down a few times since I've been here, and I'm fairly sure he was a subscriber to my other channel. So so yeah, I do remember him recognizing me from my YouTube channel, and then and he was a subscriber. So yeah, very sad. So that happened just a few days ago, and they had the funeral at the local temple down the road here on the weekend. So, but yeah, my suggestion out there, people, is if you're having any problems, surround yourself with people all the time that are the people that are a good influence on you. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, whatever the thing is, remove yourself from the environment that causes the problem. Yeah, that's what I say, and get out and get away from it. And you'll be much, much healthier up here and everywhere. So there you go. It's all good. So what else we got? You're watching from Pluto, are you? Gosh, I didn't know I could stream that far. Wow. I'm going to have to say more than just good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone on the planet. We're talking the solar system now. Everyone in the solar system. That's amazing. Okay. And hey, what's the time up there on Pluto? What time of the day is it? Is there day even? Gosh, you're not even on a planet. They took away the status of planet on Pluto, didn't they? Oh gosh, what's this? I will be Taboligo. I will Taboligo. I'm glad I'm back home now. Everything's set up to start on here. Birdies might do pop people's heads in. as they are now in the same room when start up again. The budgies. Cool. I used to have a budgie. I used to have a cockatiel too. I like cockatiels. Noisy things they are. There we go. What else we got? Daniel's there. Hello. I have this drone crap happening here. Very weird. Drone. What's that? Oh, scroll down. There's more. Dasha. That's better. Minor planet at the moment. Oh, it's a minor planet. Okay. Right. I was listening to, I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about the planets. It was interesting. There are only 3 solid planets in the entire solar system. All the rest are made of gas. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, so Mars is the only planet we have an option to visit. The other 2. I think it's Mercury, Venus. It was Venus is too poisonous and acidic, so we can never go there. Mars is the only choice in the solar system. Now there are a few moons that could go to. They're sending something out to Europa at the moment, where they really do think that the oceans on Europa could have some form of life, which is good. I just get a bit concerned sometimes when they bring samples back. You know, I mean, they did that last year. They went somewhere, maybe it was an asteroid, and they took a sample. I think they touched down and then took back off again and got a sample, and then they brought it back. You know, got to be careful. You know, if you think the pandemic was bad the last couple of years, God knows what they could bring back from. You know, not all life out there is going to be friendly. It could be some virus that just is just terrible. I mean, you know, it doesn't even have to wipe out us. It could wipe out some other species on the planet, which could have a domino effect and ruin us anyway. Anyway, getting off subject. That's unusual for me, isn't it? Eh? 21 watching. Say hello if you haven't said hello before in chat. If you're new, don't forget, like, subscribe, join, become a member. Got a few members who have joined. I really appreciate that. Thank you to the members out there for sticking it out. That's great. What else have we got? I got 12. Would love a cockatiel. Yeah, cockatiel are beautiful. I had a yellow one with the red on its cheeks, and they're just so parrot-like. Unlike a budgie, they have very good speaking voice, and they'll imitate anything. You know, mine got a little bit annoying after a while. In the mornings when the sun came up, it would start yelling out, "Wake up, wake up, wake up," and it would not stop yelling until I took the cover off its cage. What a pain. And that was like at 6 or 5 o'clock in the morning every day. So what I had to do was close and make sure the whole room was dark where he was, so that he wouldn't know when the sun was coming up, so he wouldn't start yelling out to wake me up. What else we got? Your neighbor has 10 budgies, 16 zebra finches, right? 2 cockatiels, 2 kids, and a Belgian shepherd and a poodle. Boy, there's a zoo next door. God, imagine the noise. That'd be noisy, eh? They're all outside, I guess. Eh? Incredible. So, how about that? So no one wants to join me. No one wants to turn on the camera, hit the link up in the top of the chat, and you can join me. Otherwise, it's okay. It's okay. I know when I'm not wanted. That's okay. I can do this alone. I'm just checking my phone. We're missing Paul as well, by the way. We've got a comment on one of my videos coming up here. Let's have a look. someone commented on the James Rubin video here. It says, I also have one of these in the stash along with the Pontos upgrade set. Very nice. Plan on making one of these with the 30mm gun forward. Thanks for posting. Cheers. Thumbs up. Good on you. And what else we got? We're getting quite a few comments, and quite a lot of people have actually served on this ship as well, which is interesting. And the other thing about this ship too is that I have not seen any other modeler before I started building this have this on YouTube. Nowhere near in the detail anyway. They do a review. Maybe you'll find a couple of reviews, but you won't find any builds of it. So it's turned out quite popular. And if I go into my YouTube analytics, and we can have a look at this, I'll share this with you guys. We go into the Rubin James. The video before has nearly 450 views, which is great. The one I put out just 2 days ago is already at, see, that was 12 days ago. The one I put out just 2 days ago already has 317 views, which is good. For those who don't know, you can go in to get some really good statistics. So I see that the views 318 now, so somebody else has watched it. Thank you. And you get a little tick mark that shows that you're doing your average as normal, which is good. Impression clicks is up, and average view duration, time people are watching, is up from normal. So that's really good. Hibbo there commented a couple of days ago correcting me on a couple of the terminology names, because obviously Hibbo that's his ship that he served on. So he's been a great source of information. So if I go into views and check, and we can actually see the current, how many are watching. And I'll do this as a comparison so you guys can see. 318, as I say. Let's go up and we'll go into this. Where am I looking? First 24 hours. No, I don't want that. I want a live count. Real time. Here we go. Let's click this. So we've had one view in the last 60 minutes. We've had 114 views in the last 48 hours. Now, if I go back to my, let's sort by most viewed, my videos, which obviously the Yamato was the most viewed video. We're over 61,000 views on that video. If I can go into those statistics. Now, mind you, the 13th of December, so almost exactly 2 years ago, in 2022, was when I published, started publishing the Yamato build part 1. All right. And we've had nearly over 61,500 views. And and I will show you the revenue I earned from the advertising and monetization on that one video alone is 292 Australian dollars. That's okay. Mind you, there were a lot of videos I did on the Yamato, so that's just on part 1. So over the long term, it paid for the ship. The kit has paid for itself, which is my goal, is, you know, so I can do this at no cost. If we go into the views and we'll look at how many are watching, right? So we'll go into the same statistics. So we've had 19 people watch, 20 people watch in the last, let's see, we'll just narrow that down, 24 hours. So there's still an average of 10 to 20 people watching that video every day, and I made that video 2 years ago. That's what I mean by creating new content that people are interested in, you know. So that was one of those videos that I just got lucky that I managed to get one of the first kits when it was released, definitely in Australia, possibly in the world. And I managed to get and started building that and reviewing it and doing it before anyone else. And because it was such a big thing, the Yamato in 200 scale, that those videos did really well. And that's what we call an evergreen video in the YouTube world. When you're creating videos, you want something that's going to be of interest to people long term. Unlike doing a review of the latest, say, iPhone, what is it up to, 15 or something now? You do a review of the iPhone 15, right? If you do a good quality video, you might get tons of views. That's fantastic. But when the iPhone 16 comes out, no one's going to watch your iPhone 15 anymore. It's going to die off and be nothing, right? But if you create a video like that Yamato, and like all the model builds, people are buying these models every day and building them and looking for information on building these models. And that's why this subject is a good opportunity to build evergreen videos like that. But it's not often that a manufacturer brings out a model that's going to be big like that. And it was because I don't think before that, the trumpeter who did it under the 3 other names, that Glow2B, Gallery, and whatever the third one was, I don't think they have ever brought out a 1/200 scale. There might have been one, but it was a long time ago. It was nothing like the detail of this, you know. And then, of course, that other company, straight up, which was good as well, brought out the aftermarket wooden deck, some metal parts, and a few other stuff. Verifier, I think it was. They brought out that extra stuff, which I managed to get hold of as well. And that's an issue, isn't it? Is you get this great release of a new model comes out, and you know it's going to be popular, and you want to build it yourself anyway. But then it could be months, if not a year, before Pontos and any of the others bring out the aftermarket photo etch for these kits and stuff. So, you know, that was one of the dilemmas I had when building the Yamato when I first got it was, all right, do I build it now or do I wait for the aftermarket? But then other models are going to come out on YouTube with builds. And then, of course, the deck came available and a bit of photo etch from that other company. So it was good. But you didn't need the photo etch with that. It came out with, I think it was 15 sheets of photo etch. So there was no need. There was that King's modeling that I know Nigel got out and did a review on. And I actually emailed that company asking if they could send me their photo etch for the Yamato that they did, but I never got a response back, and so otherwise I would have used some of that photo etch, but you didn't need it. Yamato with 13 or 15 sheets of photo etch covers everything. You don't need all that extra stuff. It comes up beautiful as it did. So there you go. There's a good rant I've just had, and it was model related too. How about that? Anyway, but yeah, I'm just looking at that. That's great. I mean, I looked at it, another 1,000 people. So that's really good. If I go to one of my other, that was the most watched. The second at 43,000 video views was the unboxing of the Yamato that I did. Okay, so part 1 of the build got more views than the unboxing, but we're still at over 43,000 views. And again, revenue for that one as well is 196 Australian dollars, so it's about the same. So it's not just the views that count. It's also the watch time. It's the time people watch your video, because YouTube monetization is putting ads in your videos, and they want people watching your video, of course, but they want to watch it all the way through or as long as possible. Then they can throw in as many ads as they do So because that's what you earn your income, is a percentage of what's viewed by the people on the ads. So just because that one had, what was it, 10,000 less views, but the revenue is still the same, if not a fraction more, is because what they watched that unboxing longer, you see. Yeah, so that's interesting. And then if we go into views on that one, and I go down in real time, we're down to half the amount of views still being watched currently in the real time. So we're down to 6 watching. So we're looking at about between 3 and 6 a day are still watching that unboxing, because it's still being sold, isn't it? It's still a big model. So I don't know. They bought out the Shan horse, didn't they? The Shan horse, which Jason did, and Nigel as well. And I don't know, are Nigel and Jason still doing that together? I don't think I've seen any updates on their both working on that model. So we'll see. But again, the Shan horse, another big 1/200 scale model for sure, and lots of photo etch and aftermarket Pontos and everything. But it wasn't as a bigger ship as Yamato, especially when it comes to in Japan. And one of the major things on that video was that if you watched the actual title of the videos in both the naming of the title of the videos throughout the build and the unboxing, I made sure I put Yamato in Japanese. It's actually in Japanese in there, so that Japanese people searching would also, they contributed to a lot of the views. If I wanted to, I could go through and actually see reach and see where the viewers are coming from. And let's have a quick look if I can do that. This is on the actual let's see. I'm trying to find where that is. I can't see, but it does in here somewhere. Audience, that's the one I was looking for. The age groups. So you can see the age groups, right, of people. God, that's not looking good on the camera, is it? Doesn't want to. There we go. See? Shows you the percentage of age groups who are watching your video. 55 to 64, biggest, 45%. 100% watching that Yamato unboxing review were male. How about that? And there we go. Geographies. So the top viewers, here we go. You can see that. We'll get that to show up. Japan, 22.4%, with the United States coming in second, then the United Kingdom. See? So there you go. Now, YouTube are bringing out something new in the new year. With all this AI business that's going on, YouTube are bringing out a thing now where you can choose for AI to overlay your voice into whatever language you want, right? So I could be doing a video, specifically our style, like John, Alec, James, everybody, our style of video presentation would work perfect for this, because you can choose your voice to be in another language. And I've seen examples of it, and it is really accurate, and it doesn't sound like a robot talking. It actually sounds like, if you want Spanish, you can have your video come across with you speaking Spanish, German, Italian, Greek, whatever. You just tick the boxes of the languages, and wherever that person is watching from, it will show and play your video with you speaking in their language. Imagine what that will open up, I mean, to your viewers, and opportunity for your channel growth. It's huge. It's so much better than having text subtitles across the bottom, which are not the best at the best of times, right, to translate what you're saying. Only, and this is one of the statistics YouTube brought out, only less than 10% of the population actually speak English, right? So there's a whole audience out there that you're missing out on, that you're not getting because you can't speak their language. This will solve all of that. And that's being introduced next year. It's being tested with some channels now, but it's being introduced early next year. So keep an eye out for that. It looks really, really good because people like now, you got these big, massive YouTubers, you know, Mr. Beast and all these with their millions and millions of subscribers, right? One of the reasons they have such big subscribers is because they have a whole team of translators translating and voice overlaying their videos they make so it can be shown in all the countries in other languages. But they have people that have to manually go in there and do the voiceovers for him, you know. And now you won't have to do that, you know. We have the chance to grow to all those people out there that that are missing out because they don't speak English. So I'm really, yeah, that would be fantastic. Would be really, really good. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, gosh, chat's gone quiet. Still people watching? Yes, there's still people watching. That's good. Let me take that away for a second. It's all good. So yeah, that's some interesting information on that. There was some other. There was someone else that had a YouTube channel giving information about YouTube and what their new information was going to be. Roger, hello Roger. There's a name I haven't seen before. Welcome. Been following your build on the 112 Tyrrell. Oh yes, very good. You gave me some good ideas. I have managed to get to part 35 with no issue. Thank you. From Roger in Dorset, England. You're welcome, mate. I actually have that Tyrrell still sitting here in the bottom of my kitchen drawer. And you know what happened? I picked it up because I wanted to make sure it was sitting on plastic and it's covered to keep protected from the dust. And the front suspension has come off and the front wheels dropped. So you've just reminded me, I need to go back in there and re-glue that suspension arm back on. Sometimes the CA glue becomes brittle. And I'm starting to think that if I need to use CA glue for anything at all, I think I'm going to use this. The Icky Sticky Clear Flexi CA glue. I'm going to use this for everything because this is great stuff, and I don't remember if I used that on that Tyrrell or not. I'm thinking I probably did, but CA glue can become brittle like that, and it cracks, and then pieces just come off. The windscreen came off. I need to glue that back on, and you know, I just pick it up by the rear roll bar over the back, over the driver's head. I just use that to pick it up when I'm moving it, and I don't touch anything else on the model. But they get a little bit fragile. But yeah, that's great. I'm glad you're enjoying that. I really enjoyed those Formula One car builds. It's fantastic. Well, Atal saying, Pete, there are machines that look like mobile phones that can translate any language simply by talking into it, and what comes out is what you are asking them. Yeah. Yeah, well, like Google Translate, I can talk into there, and I've used it occasionally, and a lot of people here use it in Thailand. For instance, I went to get a haircut yesterday, right? And the guy walked over and started using his phone. I thought, oh, okay. And then he comes over to me, and he's on Google Translate, and he's typed in his language, and it's come up in English. What style of haircut would you like? Do you have examples, like photos of what I like? So they use it here all the time. Obviously, I just said number 2 all over, number 2, number 2. It was easy. But yeah, it's good. And it's getting better, like the verbal side, so when you get it to speak. The problem here in Thailand is it's a very tonal language. So if I say ka, ka, ker, it's spelt exactly the same way, but how you pronounce it and the tone you use, the one word could have up to 6 different meanings, totally different meanings. So, and that's without going through all the provinces and dialects. That's just people in Bangkok. Some people in Bangkok can't communicate with people that live in Chiang Mai or out eastern Thailand, like Korat and places, because they have different dialects and they're totally different languages. So, but even if, like you're saying, with a mobile phone there, are there a machine that looks like a mobile phone? Okay, yeah. Listen, I've got a look. I wish I could show you guys this. Maybe I can. So have you tried Google AI? Google AI is now ranked the number 1 in the world for AI, above ChatGPT, if you're following it, right? I've got that running on mine. I've registered with it. I'm using the free version, and I am blown away by this thing. So I can sit here and ask a question to my computer on this AI, and it will answer anything to the point where I said to the AI, can you tell me all about all the technical specifications of the USS Reuben James? And I said the FFG 57 in its current configuration, and it just rattled off everything, all the details of it. It's amazing. I can use it to do scripts for YouTube. For instance, I would say, hello, I can't remember the AI's name. It has a name, but I would say hello, and it would say hello back to me. And I would say, I'd like to do a video today about a restaurant that I'm going to visit that sells Thai food here in Chiang Mai. And I'd like it to be really engaging. Can you tell me what would attract the most viewers and keep them watching my video and make it successful on YouTube? And this AI instantly went through and not only wrote out a script, but it told me what photographs I should insert, what frames and I should cut to, what I should talk about, going from the menu, location, all this information, and literally listed out my whole video right there. And it got its information from all the millions of videos out there on restaurants in Chiang Mai, and it went through the biggest, highest view count videos and what made them successful, and compressed it all into what I need to do to emulate that, and then created, and there you go. So, and of course, going into stuff like reality of stuff, like you really can't believe what you see on your computer anymore in the way of videos. How realistic is some of this stuff? You watch these YouTube or the Facebook Reels, Instagram stuff, all these video stuff up there. How real does this stuff look like that is fake, but it looks so real? Santa Claus up on the top of a house with a brand new car, jumping up and down on the roof, trying to get it down the chimney. It looks real. There's nothing, even though it's not real, it's impossible. It looks real. And that's something like that. But what if it was something like a new restaurant's opening up, and there's footage of a new restaurant. There's a whole queue of people all the way down the street queuing up to buy this new bakery and all their food and that. And then they've got all the people sitting in there at the table eating, and they're promoting this commercial for this fantastic new video of this new restaurant or bakery. but the whole thing could be totally fake. And then you go and show up at the place and it's a rundown piece of crap. Nobody goes there. See? So, so good and bad for the future of AI and stuff. But try it. AI, I'm just going to bring it up and I'll get the actual name of it for you guys. It's fascinating. I mean, you think Siri and your phone and stuff is good. AI. Let me just check. Well, hang on. I've got to open up another page. Google AI. I don't know if this will work. No, I can't turn it on because it'll take over. What you do is you connect a microphone. Okay. Now its name is Gemini. I remember now. Its name is Gemini. All right. You connect your microphone to it, and then you can talk to it. Rather than typing in text, you just speak. Whatever you want to know. Where does Cameron Diaz live? It'll tell you. Won't give her actual address, but it'll tell you. What does she do? Where has she been? All this information, it's all there. What's the circumference of planet Earth, or what? You name it. Anything you want to know. How do I get? What bus will take me from here to here? You just speak, and it'll answer it. And it sounds human too. It doesn't sound like the robot like on your phone and that. It sounds real. Then you can actually connect your camera to it as well. And you will say, Gemini, what do you see behind me? And it'll describe, oh, I see your cupboard behind you. I see some Christmas tinsel. There's a chair over there with some clothes on it. It will see what's in the view. So you could be walking down the street with it on your phone, with your camera on, and it could be giving you directions. Oh no, you just walk past the shop, go back 3 meters. There it is there. You know? I mean, so check it out, Gemini 2.0. It's free, and you can just run it off your browser. When you go into, you click on the link called Stream Real Time, and then there's an option down there, Talk to Gemini. Then there's Show Gemini if you want to use your camera, and there's also Share Your Screen. Yeah, but it's fascinating. But again, it can help with your model building as well. Yeah, you would just say, I want to buy the 1/200 scale Yamato. Where's the cheapest place I can buy that online? And it will straight up show you all the cheapest places online that you can buy it from, all the different sites, from Amazon to whatever. And it'll be all relevant to where you are, that's available to you. So it's not going to go and search somewhere that's on the other side of the world. It'll be looking here. So, you know, Mr. Golden V, how are you, buddy? Welcome. G'day there, mate. So yeah, it's quite good. It's amazing stuff. It really is. And I'm going to learn a bit more about it and be able to implement it and use it. You can even put a picture of yourself and it can animate it and turn it into video. Yeah, really good. But the YouTube thing coming out with being able to translate your voice into dozens of different languages, right? And then you still upload your video in English like you normally do. It's just that the viewer, depending on the language they're using in their country, when they're scrolling through, right, they will see the thumbnail of your video, and if there's any, and they'll be able to go in and watch your video. It will determine where they're watching from and turn your voice into their language. And that's a whole game changer, that is. Yeah, this AI is making it absolutely a great time to get into YouTube and anything. Information is valuable. It really is valuable stuff. So but yeah, great stuff, eh? Anyway, guys, well, I'm going to finish up here, and I will be back next week, which will be 2 days before the new year. And I hope you all have a great Merry Christmas and celebrate it wherever you are the way you do. And you all get what you want, and you find what you want to give, and everybody is happy. That's good. And I'll be able, and they've changed the StreamYard's thing here. They've got a tab called Media Assets now and Style. They've changed it around, and they're just ridiculous. It's just an extra button to click that you didn't need to before. There it is, live stream exit. That's the one I wanted. All right, try and have a good Christmas, Pete. Oh, I will. There'll be no Christmas lunch or anything like that for me, but I'll do something. Unfortunately, with the sad event that happened at our building here a few days ago, they cancelled the Christmas party they were going to have here, which I didn't agree with. I really think they should have left that, because it's a social event and an opportunity for people to meet other people that live here. You know, there's almost there are probably about 400 apartments in this building, and an opportunity for people to come down and meet in the big foyer downstairs for Christmas and for kids, and that would have been good. And I don't think the death that we had here should have soured that, but you know, that's their decision. It's the way they want it to go. All right, everyone. Thank you all for coming on, and I'll see you. Have a great Christmas, and I'll see you next weekend. All right. Bye for now. Cheers.